Welcome to Cyber Espresso podcast, your quick shot of cybersecurity insights with industry leaders. I welcome today's guest, Ben Owen, CEO of Atelic. Ben, it's my pleasure to have you today.
Thank you very much for having me as well. I'm excited to talk to you guys and see how we can best help.
So, Ben, reviewing your profile, you have experience in launching products from scratch to the global scale. So, how is AI reshaping the way today's executives pursue exponential growth?
Well, I think that we have to first take a small step back. When you look at involving AI in your system, it's not about just going back and let me tag AI on to the approach or to how I'm building, but it's actually about refactoring and rebuilding things from the ground up using AI technology. And I'll give you an example. For us in Atelic, as we're out building some of our platforms related to what we call Atelic Studio, we've actually even started to change our recruiting process because we wanted to use developers and use um, an AI-enabled engineers who are actually using the core capabilities of AI even in their day-to-day activities. And this changes the whole mindset. So I think what's important for leaders to understand is that it's not just as simple as tacking on a little bit of AI and saying, oh, I'm an AI-enabled company now. It's actually about rebuilding things from the ground up using the capabilities and the speed that's possible. And then by doing that, you actually start getting the value. What we've seen in the field and what we've seen from our customers is that when you do it the other way around and you just slap AI on top, you add a chatbot to a particular system or something like that, you end up not typically getting the value that you expect. And that's the real shame, and that's the bubble that's actually happening in the AI industry right now, is that a lot of folks are, oh, I'm adding, I don't know, Copilot to my activities, or I'm adding, I don't know, I'm adding a chat GPT interface. And guess what? They're not getting real business ROI out of it. So that's what's important, and that's what you have to take a look at.
Yeah, I like it. So it is also a cultural shift, a mind shift for every member of the team to use AI and consume AI in a more productive way.
100%. And it really is a bottom up approach. I mean, of course, from the top down, you have to say, yes, we're going to go down this direction. But it's the guys in the field, it's the guys
Yeah.
at the desks, it's the guys in the operating centers, it's the guys in the NOCs, the IOCs, et cetera, that actually using it from their daily tasks will start to actually bring it into the organization successfully.
Yeah, I can agree more. So in your corporate LinkedIn profile, you introduced the company as a service as a software. So we all know what software as a service is, but what exactly is service as a software?
Well, it's actually our response to what we're seeing in the market. So there's a lot of great platform sellers out there today. There's a lot of great, big initiatives, the NVIDIAs, the Amazons, the Azures, and they have wonderful technology. But the problem is that just building something AI enabled and then throwing it over the wall isn't working. It's not adding value for the customer. So for us, service as a software is our software approach where we come in with pre-built, let's call them components or pre-built agentic frameworks. And then we actually help the customer not only adopt them, so implement them, get them in place, but long term help them support it. And the reason is very simple. This technology is changing extremely fast. And we have to be aware of the fact that probably when you start a project, by the time you go live, the technology is already out of date. So what we want to do to help our customers is not only go in and help them bring it in and implement it in the correct way, but we also want to help them maintain that long term because we also believe that for them to stay up to date, for them to stay, let's call it agile AI, they need to have that extra support and they need that level of expertise in order to help them.
Yeah, I love the phrase agile AI. Yeah, I love it. So Ben, you recently attended Safe Cognitive and Sovereign AI Symposium as a speaker. So in the tagline background, there's a phrase, earning trust in AI is socio-technological challenge. Can you expand your thoughts on that?
I believe this is strongly one of the things that we have to respect about AI. You have to remember the large models, the large LLMs are trained on billions, if not trillions of data points. Those data points come from mankind. So I always look at examples for, as an example of, let's take the IRS in the US. They rolled out a system where they said, hey, you know what? Let's base our auditing procedures using AI on historical data. So what that means is they trained on 60, 70 years worth of data to say who should we audit, who should we not audit with their tax records and those sort of things, right? Well, guess what? They turned the system on and they realized that it was auditing people of color 4 times more than people not. And you go, wait a minute, how is the AI biased in this way? And actually, it's not the AI that's biased, it's the people's data they trained it on. And unfortunately, 30, 40 years ago in the US, people weren't always the nicest, right? And there was some variations between how and and they disproportionately audited certain groups and certain people of different colors because of the bias that was in their system at that time. That's what would train the AI today. And I think why I'm saying it's a socio-technological problem is that in order to actually get value out of the AI, you have to recognize what is the input to that AI and how is that built? How are the trainings done? And then understand, is it giving the result that's applicable for your situation, for your government, for your company that matches your beliefs today? And when we look at it, we have to understand that's not just fixing the technology, it's fixing the reflection of people, because in a way, it's our reflection of what mankind has built up that's training these models. Therefore, it's that which is coming out with the results. So it's that balance that you have to find. And I believe that what's important is actually understanding, first of all, what are you using? How is the model trained? And is it reflecting your beliefs as a company or a government in order to help achieve those goals? So that's where I mean socio-technological challenge.
Yeah, thanks for explaining. Ben, overall, I appreciate your availability and sharing your insights. I really enjoy our conversation. I look forward to having another chat in a different occasion.
Would love to. And thank you very much for having me on today and excited to see the video later.
Perfect. Take care, Ben. Ciao.
Thank you.